And of course, if I click here, there is no before and after, simply because there is no before and after. These are now the baked colors of the file. And this can be extremely dangerous because take a look at this scenario. Hi, I'm Alex Jordan from Learn Color Grading and FilmSimplified.com. And a while ago, the Blackmagic Design introduced a new rendering system into Resolve. We already have a rendering system. Why did we need a new one, and what are the differences between the new and the old system? Let's take a look. Let's first see how the new system works. So for example, let's zoom into this file, and I'm going to split this file in half. So this is one file split into this half and this half. Let's use the old system to render the second half. In order to do that, it's pretty simple. I'll right click, select render cache color output, then make sure that in the playback menu, the render cache option is set to user. And once I do that, notice this bar that was red and was overtaken by a blue bar at the top of the clip. This bar simply means that this clip is now rendered and will be very easy to play on the system. Now, let's render the first part using the new method. In order to do that, I will right click on the first half, and this time, instead of clicking render cache color output, I will click on render in place. So let's click it, and we have this dialog box. The first part of the box simply allows us to select the format and codec that we need to render. I'll leave everything as is. Then this option here allows us to select handles. Handles are simply extra portions of the clip that will be rendered in case you needed them. So for example, if you tell Resolve to render from frame 10 to frame 20, if you add a one frame handle, then Resolve will, instead of starting the render from frame 10, it will start from frame 9, for example, and instead of stopping at 20, it will stop at 21. So you have an extra frame from both sides in case you needed to add a transition, for example. Speaking of Resolve, if you're a beginner and you're interested in learning how to use Resolve, you'll love our free crash course that will teach you the basics of every tab in Resolve. Simply go to FilmSimplified.com and sign up for free. And just leave the last section as is. This tells it what to render. We of course need to render everything now. So fusion, color grading, and video effects. Now, notice what will happen once I hit render. Resolve did not simply start rendering. It's asking me where to render the file. So for example, I have this folder here. I'll hit open, and now Resolve is rendering this file, and once we're done, the file is rendered. So there is no blue bar at the top. In the first portion, we still have the original file loaded into this Resolve project. So this is the original file we loaded. However, Resolve is performing some extra operations in the file in order to make it easier to play, but it's still the original file. Note that we still have the original colors and the original name of the file. However, with the first part now, the one that is rendered using the new method, what's happening is that Resolve deleted our file. So the file we already have, it didn't delete it, it just removed it from the timeline, and it replaced it entirely with the new file. Notice that even the file name is different. It's render 1 now, because this is the new rendered file. And even the colors on the preview here are different. Okay, cool, but how does that benefit us? What's the real benefit here? Well, in terms of playback, the benefit is that with the old method, some processing was still required by Resolve. So Resolve kept the file as is, added some extra metadata to it, and added some background rendering, but the file is still on the timeline. And whenever Resolve decides to play the file, still some processing power is required, which will make it a bit harder to play on really low-end systems. However, with the new method, no processing power is required at all. We're simply playing a new file that have everything baked in. So you can use this new method to run Resolve on even lower end systems. That's the first advantage. So with the new method, the playback is even better. It was already great before, so I'm not really sure about the benefits when it comes to playback here, but it's much easier to play back on extremely low-end systems now. Also, for convenience, we have the file now on the system. Of course, with the old methodology, we also have the file on the system, but it was much easier to get to the file and the formats were really confusing. However, here, you decided where to add this file on your system, and it's just simply a video file that you have on your desktop, and you can just use it as any regular file. This is helpful, for example, if you lost the original file. Now you have this file as some sort of backup, assuming that you didn't change the colors or the properties of the file a lot, of course. And as mentioned, you know where the file is, so you can, or the files you rendered are, and you can and this makes it much easier to back up your renders or even use the file for some other project. And you can always get the original file back by simply right-clicking on the file and selecting Decompose to Original. And note that we're now back to the original file. Let's undo. These are all the good things, but there are some drawbacks. For example, let's switch to the color page, and here we have both of our files. This is the first half and this is the second half. Notice that if I select the second half, I still have access to all the nodes. So even though the file is rendered, but the nodes are still there, and I can build on top of them or even change the colors in any way, shape, or form, and Resolve will re-render the preview files. However, if I select the first half, so the one that was rendered with the new method, notice that I do not have access to any of the nodes. So whatever I do from here, we'll assume these colors are the base colors now, and you will start working from here. And of course, if I click here, there is no before and after, simply because there is no before and after. These are now the baked colors of the file. And this can be extremely dangerous, because take a look at this scenario. For example, I'll keep on working on the colors from here. So for example, I'll make the image really dark and for example, reduce the saturation. Great. Now, let's say that I go back to the edit page, right click and select Decompose to Original. Notice what will happen to the colors of the image if I do that. So I'll right click, select Decompose to Original, and we're back to the colors before the render. That's because if I switch back to the color page, we have all the nodes again, and we lost all the nodes that we added from that point on. That is very important to keep in mind, because a lot of the times you might like the playback and you're like, okay, let's change the file, and you work on the colors for a couple of hours, and once you revert to the original color, you will lose access to all the changes you made. Now, that's very important because I have done this many times. Another very important thing to remember here is that there is no alpha channel. Note that I have this title here, it's a Fusion title. I'll right click, select render in place, hit render, save the file, and once it's done render, you'll notice that the background disappeared. That's because this is simply an MOV file with no alpha channel. So if you take a look at the file here, it's just a simple file with no alpha channel. So you might be working on something that has alpha, and if you want to take full advantage of the system, so rendering Fusion and color and all the other things, you will lose access to your alpha channels, which make this not very easy to use. However, there's a workaround. I'll undo, and now I'm back to the file with the alpha channel. I'll select both clips, right click, and create a new compound clip. I'll click here. This is the new compound clip. Let's zoom in. Now, what I can do is simply right click on the compound clip itself and select render in place and render the file. So render, and once the file done rendering, now this is the file with what looks like the alpha channel added, but of course, remember this is simply a video file. If we switch here, you can play this file and notice that it's simply a video file that is saved on your system, and none of these things are editable now. So you cannot re-edit the text, change the animation, or change the colors in any way. However, you can always revert back to the original files by simply right-clicking, selecting Decompose to Original, right-clicking again, and selecting Decompose in place, and we're back to the original files. So the new system is beneficial in certain situations. For example, when you're having like really low-end system that cannot even handle the bit of work that Resolve needs to do when it works on the files, but you always have this as an option. So I hope you like this. If you like it, please visit us at filmsimplified.com, where you can join our free DaVinci Resolve crash course that is designed for the absolute beginner and will take you through every tab in Resolve. Thank you.
filmsimplified.com